Hello, hello. It is 4:30 on Thursday, which means it is time for another episode of At the Maker's Table. We are joined today by the folks behind Lulu's Brazilian Snacks, and I will call them right in here in a minute, and we will get this party started. So we're going to talk Super Bowl. We're going to talk Brazilian food traditions, food memories. I can't wait for you guys to meet them. Let's see here. All right. I know we're going to have fun. I even baked some, so I get to eat. That's one of my favorite things about these is just that I get to eat while I'm interviewing these people because why not? You guys can't eat, but you should eat before or during or after if you've had them before. Oh, Deep Cut's on there. Deep Cut, I should have you on here and do a talk with you guys because you know I love your album holders. A barbecue sauce company I've never heard of. You guys should reach out to me. I'm a Kansas City barbecue boy, so Minnesota barbecue, I need to try those. All right, they have joined. Let's pull them into our conversation. Who else has joined that I know?
Hi.
Hi. Okay, how do I say hello in Portuguese?
What?
How do I say hello in Portuguese?
Olá.
Oh,
Oi.
that. Oh, hola. How are
Oi.
you?
Oi, tudo bem?
All right.
Tudo bem means how is everything okay? Good?
Okay.
Tudo
Good,
bem?
good. All right, so who is the whole clan there at the beginning, or who's around there today? And we'll do
We're all
introductions.
kind of running around right now, but we'll be here for now.
All right, as they pass through, the kids
Yeah.
and everybody introduce them. But let's start with introducing you two.
Yeah.
I know Katie,
Mhm.
but I do not know grandmother, so you get
Oh,
to tell me who you
my
are.
name is Cristina, and I'm from Brazil, and I'm from a very interesting place in Brazil. My state is called Minas Gerais, which
Okay.
is very hilly, a lot of mountains. When Mineiros, we are known as good food. We have good food, and we are the dairy land and the coffee land in Brazil.
Oh, nice.
So we are addicted to cheese and coffee.
Well, and you're in the dairy land of America up here with
Right.
Wisconsin and everything.
Yes,
So
I'm in the right place.
we don't have the hills, but there's a
Yeah.
drive away, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk a little bit about Minnesota Monthly is dedicated to the spirit of Minnesota. So tell me how this beautiful Brazilian tradition got to Minnesota. And I think, Katie, if you want to take this, how you met that son of hers, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, so I met Julia, I think 15 years ago. We've been married, no, not 15, a while ago. And we've been married for 8. We have a daughter, Ana Luisa, who we lovingly call Lulu. She absolutely loves pão de queijo. When Christina started coming and staying with us, of course, she would always just be making little things. She made pão de queijo, and it ended up being the only thing that Ana Luisa ever asked for. And then eventually, Luca was born, our other little Lou, and our business was born.
Yeah.
We were making it, and every time we had family and friends over, they were always asking where they could buy it, and eventually we said, well, why not just bring it to market since we couldn't find it at any store.
Yeah. That's the path of a good maker product. You just fill a niche, but it's always good when you've got hungry little ones running around the house to
Right.
eat them.
Yes.
So I have to ask, would you rather be in Brazil today or Minnesota with this weather?
Oh, I love the weather. I love the cold weather. In Brazil, you feel hot even in the winter time because we don't have houses like here. We do have air conditioning, but it's expensive. So in the summer, it's so hot, right, kid? And the winter,
I
it's
love
cold.
it.
Oh my goodness.
I'm cold here even in the summer. My husband makes fun of me. Even when it's like 70, I'm like huddled in front of the fireplace.
Oh.
I was made for warm weather.
Well, we live up on the 19th floor, and our windows are open today because it is so hot in our apartment. So I love the cold, but I'd love a Brazilian trip too, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, let's talk. So, we kind of know what Minnesota food is, and we know that food is one of those things that brings us together.
Yeah.
And I'm married to a Greek guy, so I know the Greek traditions, and I think Brazilian is very similar in that proud mamas feed their grandbabies and their babies, and they want them to marry beautiful people and all those things. So give me a little update on kind of Brazilian tradition and how this fits into the daily life in Brazil. We know how it fits in up here in Minnesota. And let's have a little education because you've said it several times. So help me say it correctly.
It's a pão de queijo. Pão
Pão
in
de queijo?
Yes.
Look on the back of the bag. There's a little phonetic way to say it.
Now you're going to make me get my glasses on.
Pão de queijo.
So pão de queijo in Brazil, especially in my state, we have pão de queijo since morning up to dinner. So
Okay.
we wake up and we bake a bowl of pão de queijo and we have it with coffee or chocolate or tea. And during the weekends, we can do like little sliders when we are barbecuing and with some, how do you call this?
Hummus.
Hummus,
Yeah.
but what this kind of thing? Pastinha.
Dip.
These little dips, or we are always improving. Yes. So pão de queijo, it's made of tapioca, made of cassava, which is a root, and it's naturally gluten free.
Yeah.
Every little farmer has a little plantation of these things. So everyone has like a tapioca starch in their kitchen.
Okay.
So this is very, very common in Brazil.
And they can go sweet, they can go savory, they can go any way you want to.
Yes. So we love sweets too. In my state we have like a traditional dessert. It's cheese with guava, and so we call it Romeo and Juliet.
Okay.
So the Romeo kinds of embraces Juliet. So we make sometimes here at home. I make like pão de queijo with guava inside. So it's
It's
favorite.
so good.
Katie's favorite one.
Once you have it with guava, you'll never want it plain. It's so good.
Yeah.
It sounds very good. We have lots of people waiting, so if anybody has a question about anything, let's hear them. All right, so tell me, Katie, what was it like the first time you had them?
Pão de queijo. So it's funny because the first time I had them was actually in the percentages of like the powder, and then we would just crack eggs and make them in our kitchen. And at the time, we were just like drooling over them. At one point, we went to Brazil and we filled an entire suitcase with these little powder packages and just brought them home. And looking back, now that we have like the original good product, I can't believe we ate those. But so my first experience was probably mediocre because it was not authentic. So then when I finally tried them in Brazil, I was like, okay, this is what they're supposed to taste like. Why don't we have anything like this in the States or even Minnesota?
Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons why we decided to start making it. Mm-hmm. I had no idea, not only the Brazilian population here, but also just tons of South American countries with very similar types of like cheese bread. Uh-huh. And I couldn't believe that the product wasn't here. So I'm so happy to have it for everyone to share.
Yeah.
Well, I'm very happy that you're sharing it with everyone. I made many a trip to Kowalski's in Uptown just for this little blue bag.
Oh, good. Thank you.
So, So tell me a little bit about, you talked about how it's simple ingredients. Mm-hmm. It's much simpler to just use this product that you make. But do you just use your frozen dough, or do you still mix up the batches there sometimes?
We do a little bit of everything. I mean, we're at the kitchen producing for Lulu so often that a lot of times we'll just have like a big chunk of dough in our fridge that we'll start rolling into balls. Or sometimes we'll rip open a bag, and we've experimented from time to time with like different seasonings and flavors, and that's how we came upon the guava. And So it just depends on the day, but
We make like waffle. Wait.
yeah. So
Oh,
little where is it? Those tiny little waffle makers.
yeah,
You
yeah,
can
yeah.
take the frozen dough, or not the frozen dough, just the regular dough, and put it in a waffle maker, and have this little like ponche queso waffle, and then you can put like an egg on it, or I mean, what kind of breakfast you want, and it's so good because it gets so crispy, and the cheese kind of makes it like.
Yes. So if you left your bag outside, and it starts unfrozen,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
just
Stick it
do
in the
it.
waffle
Yes,
maker.
it's so
It
good.
sounds like it would be a delicious breakfast sandwich. And I
Yes.
also think that these would be a nice substitute for tater tot. You could do a little Minnesota hot dish with it.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna try that.
Maybe I'll whip one of those up and find its way to Instagram. So, well, tell me a little bit about, how about you? Is Christina? Christina?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just want to call you mom. I'm gonna
Oh,
call you mom.
don't worry. Call me mom.
Okay, so we heard her intro to your food. What was your first Minnesota food?
Katie, help me.
Well, so she first came to Minnesota before I was born, 40 years ago.
I was an exchange student here in Minnesota.
Oh,
I
wonderful.
lived in Long Lake. I went to Warno High School in
Nice.
1974. So I still have my American family, my sister, my mom here. So every weekend I spent with them in Wayzata. I'm in Wayzata with them. Yes, we still have a very straight relationship. So,
I love that.
yes, but
So what
So
was
when
your
that
first
girl
food
got here in
in
'74, what did you eat?
I don't know if it's American, but I like junk food. I love cheeseburgers. I love to try them all. But I think in 1974 there weren't many exchange things like food. And here, when I arrived here, I thought that you have a lot of food from Mexico, food from. In Brazil, we have a lot of Italian people, so we are familiar with Italian food, but at that time, I think one thing that caught me was chili, even though it's not American. But I thought it was really, really interesting because we love beans, but I've never had beans with a ground beef or the way it is, and I love it. And Katie does the best one. So sometimes, Katie,
I have a secret recipe.
Oh, I love it.
make some chili.
I love these with chili. That's what we eat it with.
So
We eat
good.
it usually at night with some apples and we like it with apples and cheese, but we did have them with chili a couple times, and it was so good.
Yes.
Yeah, we have a lot of stuff here. We have like some tomato soup and some broccoli cheese soup. It's so good to dip in any kind of soup.
Yeah.
We have a whole array to go through. Our theme for today was Super Bowl.
I love it.
That's coming up.
I love it. Well, let's get through a little more memory and happy, feely, warm, fuzzy stuff, and then let's dig into that food there.
Yeah.
Tell me, I think as food makers, you really have the power to transport people back to their childhood, back to their motherland, back to their grandmother's kitchen, back to wherever it was that they have that sense. And it doesn't have to be your Brazilian bread. It can be that great Polish donut that their grandmother made twice a year, whatever it is. What do you want people to feel when they eat your treats?
Well,
Home comfort.
yes. Oh, I think, well, when we are demoing, it's very interesting because sometimes people, when it's written there, gluten-free or tapioca starch, people kind of pass by and kind of, I don't know, gluten-free doesn't seems to be
There's a
something
lot of
good
really bad gluten-free tapioca products on the market. So I don't blame them for passing by, but then they'll get a whiff of it and they'll be like, wait a second.
Yeah, so when they try it, most of the time they come back and say, what is this? They want to know more about it. And I feel so happy because this is, for us, it's an everyday thing that we have, especially in the breakfast or occasions like Thanksgiving. In Thanksgiving, we sliced the turkey and we made orders, and it was so good. So it's yeah.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So if you could bake a batch for anybody in the world and have them there in the kitchen with you, who would it be?
Oh my goodness.
Who would it be?
I don't know, Katie.
If you want to just share your tradition,
Huh?
just to share your tradition with somebody, who would it be?
Well, I don't know. Once I was in Africa and I thought they had tapioca starch there. I was in a safari and I said, "Oh, I'm going to make pão de queijo for them here because our food are very similar." Brazil, this starts with the slaves that came to Brazil, the tapioca and the cassava trees, this cassava. So I was there and I said, "Oh, do you have tapioca? And they didn't have it. And the food was very similar. So I kind of felt at home. But I thought, oh my gosh, I'm missing my pão de queijo here in this beautiful, beautiful place.
So we'd share with the whole country of Africa.
Yeah. All right.
I would give them back this little delicious treat that they,
All right.
they
That sounds
brought to
good.
Brazil.
Well, I made some, so I can
Yay!
well, you talk us through that tray, the table there. And I think if you just lift it up and kind of bring it a little to your camera, we'll get an
Yes.
idea. But mine are still warm, and I'm going to have one right now.
Yeah! Yeah, we have a lot of stuff here just to kind of show you all the different things you can do with it. Because even though it's a specific product, pão de queijo, at the end of the day, it's just bread. And you can do so many things with bread. So we make like little caprese sliders where you can add like, we did pesto, tomato, fresh mozzarella, balsamic reduction, and these are awesome. We made these little pizza guys. These are the easiest because all you have to do is bake them and then throw some cheese and pepperoni on top, and you have these like tiny little pizza bites. They're so good.
It almost looks like a little thumbprint cookie with pepperoni in it. I love it.
For sure. And then most commonly in Brazil, I mean, Brazil's known for its, meat and steak. So you'll always find pão de queijo next to, steak and chicken to make little steak sandwiches at a barbecue.
Yeah.
So that's always fun.
Yes. And of course with coffee. Just a bowl with nothing, or just a bowl with a little pão de queijo with more cheese or a different taste of cheese with some little things like that. I don't know the name.
Now, are you tea drinkers?
Yes.
I like it with my tea. I like it with my tea also.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's honestly my
Hot
favorite.
chocolate, tea, yeah. And it's nice to have with jam and jelly too. So if you are towards having something sweeter, you just put some jelly or tea or even peanut butter with jelly. It's nice. The kids here like it.
I love it. Tell me this: when you in Brazil, do you guys use that molinolo or whatever to make hot chocolate?
Molcajete?
Do we?
Like that's kind of whisk, that wooden whisk that the Mexicans use in a lot of Latin.
No.
Have you ever seen one of those?
Yeah, we have one. We're sure you go grab it. It weighs like 300 pounds.
No, not just not. What are you talking about? Just that
The
little
molcajete.
wooden. No, not that big thing.
Okay.
No, this is like a wooden. Mine's across the house here. It's like a wooden whisk, and you just they put their chocolate in and they whisk the milk, and it's an amazing.
Like a frother kind of thing.
Yeah, but you just do it with your hands. It's amazing. It's fun, and kids would love it. There's a company called Verve Culture, and they're out. It's a mother and daughter out of Colorado, and they do traditional. They have a Thailand collection, a Mexican collection, and they work with artisans to produce like the true, like a juice press or this. I think it's molinolo. If anybody watching knows what I'm talking about, it's super cool. But I wondered if Brazilians use that same thing.
No, I've never
I
seen
guess
it.
you don't.
Nope.
Is
But
your
I'm gonna go
hot
find one.
chocolate?
Yes.
Sounds awesome.
Maybe they do, but I'm addicted to coffee, just coffee.
Okay.
So,
Black coffee?
well, I have my coffee too here.
The best coffees from Brazil.
Okay.
So
Good.
good there.
Well, are the kids around there, or Julio, or who's there
Yes.
now?
Okay.
Bring him in. Bring in
Introduce
dogs,
you.
cats, whatever you got. I'm going to eat another
Get
one.
ready for a tornado. It's about to be crazy.
Júlio ali, Luca, para subir que ele quer ver todo mundo.
They're so good.
Yeah, I mean, I've been eating them every day for 10 years and I'm still not sick of them yet. They're so good. Because you're always baking them fresh and they're always warm and it's just so nice.
Yeah.
All right,
I love
guys,
that.
get ready to meet Lulu.
All right.
This is Luisa, and that
Hello,
come here,
Luisa.
Luca. Luca, come.
Hello, cutie.
The inspiration behind Lulu's.
Yes.
Little girl.
So what do you think of these? Do you love them?
Do you like ponte queijo?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
Beijo,
Yeah,
vovó.
dig in.
Beijo, vovó.
Do you like to share
What's
with your
your favorite
friends?
thing to do
Julia.
with ponte queijo?
Like a sandwich out of salami.
She likes sandwiches with salami.
Hey, how
All
are
right,
you?
the whole crew's here now.
Yeah.
The whole crew. I think I'm going to make some little pizzas tonight and try that.
So good.
You and Julie? Yeah. All right. Well, let's talk about where people can find them. I get mine at Kowalski's, but where else can we find them? Bye, 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 bye. Nice to meet you.
Well, nowadays we are.
So we're at all 11 Kowalski stores. A sprinkling of Hy-Vees in Cottage Grove, Cub in Minnetonka, Jubilee, Mini Row Market. All the stores are on our website at on the Find My Store page. So if you want to know where we are near you, head to our website, www.lulusbraziliansnacks.com.
Follow them on Instagram at Lulu's Brazilian Snacks.
Yeah.
And is there anything else you want us to know?
Well, we want to do. We want to. Is this hot?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see. To show you how we have our pão de queijo.
Yeah.
This is our coffee.
In Brazil, you drink coffee the way you drink a glass of wine.
Because this is a very special, it's a special coffee. This coffee, it's only for, they export this coffee and now they're retaining the coffee inside Brazil so Brazilians can have the experience of having this coffee at home. So this coffee has to be treated like a jewel because so you have to smell it like you do with the wine. You don't need to use sugar on it. Just try it. This is the classic one. They have different kinds of coffee here too. So
Okay.
that's the way we do everywhere you go in Brazil.
I might have to have Mama on to teach me how to make coffee sometime too.
Yeah, and it's
So
the
when you
best way to enjoy pão de queijo.
So when we are visiting someone, before you leave, you have to have a sip of coffee. It's mandatory.
Yeah.
All right. So how do you brew it? It's just, I'm trying to see.
Well,
So you brew it's brewed the same way of any coffee, but they have these nifty little filters that slide onto your cup.
Yeah.
So then you just filter it right through.
so they come like this. So you open it and you do it.
Pour the
All
water.
right.
It steeps
I
right
need
in.
to get my hands on some of that.
No, I'm gonna send it to
We'll
you.
share. And you have
All
to
right.
use it with your pão de queijo because it's the
I
best.
will, absolutely. All right,
Yeah.
so what do you say when you drink your coffee?
Ching ching.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's been
So
a pleasure
much.
to I love the snacks. I love the two of you. I love your whole family. You're just beautiful
Oh,
people
thank you.
and
Thank
beautiful
you.
food. So thank you for sharing your tradition. I'm going to close this out. And wow, what a pleasure.
Yes,
Yes,
thank you so
thank you
much.
so much for having
Yes.
Absolutely. You can
I'm
read the
gonna send you
digital.
some coffee, okay?
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
You know, Julia knows where I live, so he can bring it over if he wants
Yes,
to.
you will.
All right. I think it would make a perfect snack for every day, but perfect for the Super Bowl. So everybody should go grab a bag.
Yeah.
Hashtag mark it when you do it so we can see everybody out there enjoying this great Brazilian
Yeah.
tradition.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Yay.
I'm going to close this out.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. You can read the digital edition of Minnesota Monthly at minnesotamonthly.com. Follow us at Minmo Mag. Follow at Lulu's Brazilian Snacks. Follow me at Mr. Jared Scott. I am back next week talking French cookies with Nicolette
Wow.
of Nicolette's Macarons. I bet you like a macaron, do you,
Yeah.
Mama? All right. I'll trade you coffee for macarons.
Okay, good. That's a deal.
All right. Until next week, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Stay safe.
Bye-bye.
Wear a mask. Wash your hands. Stay warm. Be well. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.